Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I thank you for coming to watch this video. It's a really important one today because as I've been on this journey for many years of self-growth and increasing and expanding myself so that I can create the life that I dream of, it's very hard work, and we seem to reach, when you're doing this kind of work, when you're really committed to it, you get to, experience, amazing highs, but also some lows, especially when you're being forced to expand again. So you have like this amazing period where you've overcome, you've stretched yourself, you're seeing these results, it feels great, but now something is telling you like to go bigger, and some fears can come up and insecurities, and that is something that has happened with me. And I wanted to create this video because I want to share with you some really important things to avoid, some pitfalls to avoid in this process. Because fears can come up. We're always learning, we're always growing. And women, because we have been socialized to, have it all together, know how to do everything, not ask questions, not ask for help, be in control, be nice about everything, don't question anything. Often we are left isolated and, over analyzing, not trusting ourselves, doubting ourselves. So there's some pitfalls I really want you to avoid as you're on this journey, this self-growth journey, that are going to help you keep that momentum and keep going, just keep moving forward. There's this great quote, feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's really helped me when I have, been leveling up, and now I'm facing some new challenges in that level up, and I'm just like, oh my God. And some things are coming up that I thought I had moved past, but as you're growing, as you're expanding, we're always learning. So feel the fear and do it anyway. I want to share that with anyone here. If that resonates with you, like, hold on to that and take that, okay? So definitely let's get down to really important pitfalls to avoid, okay? So the first pitfall I want you to avoid is not giving yourself grace. Um, Often when we are faced with these kind of challenges and new emotions or old emotions come up in a new experience that now we are navigating through, we can fall back into default behaviors and default thinking and default everything, like what has not served us in the past. And so often what can happen in that is we just don't give ourselves grace. We get back to the self-sabotage and criticizing ourselves and all of these things, that as opposed to just loving on ourselves in that moment and affirming to ourselves that I'm learning from this. This is my next step. I can do this. And also just allowing yourself, if you feel the need to cry, if you feel the need just like to sleep in and not get up early, if you feel the need to just kind of feel your emotions, because another thing that women have been socialized is to not show them. Yes, girls cry and boys don't show them, like that's like the big picture, right? That is the societal, image of girls and boys. But women too are, in our quest to, stand tall and stand equal in the workplace and get the same pay that we know that we deserve as our male coworkers, and to be seen as equal, equal minds, equal potential, equal talent. We often have suppressed these emotions. We won't show emotions, and that's fine. Obviously in the workplace, you don't want to cry in the workplace, but in your home, at home, if you feel like crying, and if you feel sad, and if you feel emotional about what you're experiencing in the moment, give yourself grace. Allow yourself to feel those emotions. So another pitfall, wallowing in it for, way too long. So it's one thing to feel our emotions and go through them and give ourselves grace, but it's quite another thing to wallow in that and to stay in that and to let it linger. Get on the phone and talk to friends about it, um, anyone that's with an ear to listen, calling up a friend that maybe you've sort of distanced yourself a little bit from as you're embarking on this journey because of the negativity or the critical or the energy that, between the two of you that's not serving you. Like, now you're wallowing in it. Maybe you're going to call up that person because they'll always root you on when things aren't going great. So don't wallow in it. Feel your emotions, but remember, feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay. Another thing that we don't do, or that a pitfall that can happen during this process, is we don't take a second to ask ourselves some important questions. And the most important question is actually, what is going on here? What can I learn from this? Why am I feeling this? What is triggering this response? And so for me, for example, as I, have been on this journey, and there's a period where I've been forced to level up, and I got really emotional and I got afraid. I had fear. I had fear of rejection. I had fear of like financial fear and money fears around this leveling up. I had a fear like that my mind, I couldn't like clarify my thoughts, and just all of these fears just came up that I thought, again, we think that we are beyond them, but they're always a part of who we are. They're never going to go away. We're just going to get better at handling them with grace, at being able to feel the fear and do it anyway, being able to not wallow in it and fall into this default thinking. So it's really important to ask yourself, like I had to ask myself, like, what is this? Why am I feeling this way? And a lot came up, and that really helped me to give myself the grace. Like, okay, I still have fear. I'm a human being. We're human beings. We are not robots. We are human beings. So ask yourself some really important questions. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling fear? What do these tears represent? What is triggering this response? And then also remember that this is in a way a blessing, especially when you're feeling that next level, to go to that next level. Like, you did this over here really well, but now and the universe knows, because you've been asking and wanting more. Now you're being prompted to do that. It's a blessing to be told to move in that direction, to not get too comfortable. Remember to keep yourself living in your truth and what you want. And it's also a blessing to be reminded that we still have work to do. That's a blessing. So ask yourself those questions, give yourself the grace, and don't wallow in it. Another pitfall that we can immediately go into, the default thinking, is self-doubt, self-criticism right away. Like, and I've done it. I can't do this. They're going to reject me. This isn't going to work. All of these things, doubting ourselves, criticizing ourselves. And it goes back to, the giving ourselves grace, but really be mindful and pivot, because you learned this over here. Now you're on another level. What you learned over here is like that beginning stage. So you should know from what you learned over here how to give yourself grace, how to pivot. So when I mentioned some of these pitfalls to you, hopefully you've done some work and you're able to kind of switch, again, pivot pretty quickly. And if you're new to this, this will hopefully enlighten you to what you can expect. So if you know what you can expect on this path, that there are going to be highs and lows. You're going to still have your lows, and we shouldn't take the highs for granted. Like, oh, I'm all better now, because it's not about being better. It's about being more. It's about being expanded and expansive, and being willing to work through this, because you have a dream, you have a goal, you want to be happy. You just want to be happy. That could be your dream and your goal. That's the best goal and dream there is like pure happiness within. And that comes with highs and lows, being happy in the highs. Okay. So that's really important. And Thich Nhat Hanh, who I believe, yes, you can look up the art of suffering. You know, there's an art to all of this. And if we look at it as that, as the art of suffering, the art of loss, the art of grieving, you know, it's like really tapping back into that person that we are. Okay. And then the last pitfall is neglecting our real self-care practice, what has helped us in this beginning stage, or what is helping us if we are new in this beginning stage, like neglecting to do our affirmations, neglecting to, you know, do our journaling, have our prayer time, have our spiritual time, have our walk in nature, have our time that is quiet. So make sure that you stay on your path with your routines, because your routines will keep you grounded. And that's why in Ayurveda, routines are pivotal. They're core to Ayurveda. They're core to the lifestyle medicine that is preventative in Ayurveda. It's your routines that are gonna, you know, keep it together for you. So don't give up on yourself. Give yourself some grace. Don't wallow in it. Pivot. Okay. Ask yourself those questions. What can I learn from this? How is this, you know, helping me grow? What is the takeaway here? Avoid default thinking and self-doubt and self-criticism, and definitely make sure that you stick with your routines and your spiritual practice. Okay, so I hope that this helps someone out here. It's really important for us to know that this journey of enlightenment and growth there will always be bumps along the way, and handling them, facing them, appreciating them, blessing them, being even grateful for the fact that you are being trusted enough by the universe to go after your dreams. The universe is like, okay, you want this, I'm gonna make it happen for you, and being pushed into it, like being thrown into a pool and learning how to swim. Like, what a blessing. Like, okay, I'm moving to the next level, and it is hard. This is hard work at times, but you got this. And go ahead below, and if you click the link below in the comments section, I posted a link for my 15-minute morning A New Beauty Mindset routine. So please go ahead. This is for anyone, no matter how busy you are, no matter how many kids you have. I created this morning routine for you. There are also links below for my evening winding down playlist on Spotify and my mindful morning playlist on Spotify. And then also there is a link to join A New Beauty Mindset. Join the wait list for the boot camp, which is coming really soon. So join that wait list, and I will talk to you soon.